Right now on Denver 7 News at 7 o'clock on Local 3, some terrifying moments after two teenagers were shot near a Denver high school.
You go to school to learn, not to deal with stuff like this.
The help available for students today as police search for a suspect.
You'll be up against more heat and haze today. We are set to break another temperature record, but a cool down is not far away.
And the Broncos only have a few more days here of practice before their season opener in Seattle. What Russell Wilson's former teammates are saying about his return to his old stadium.
I think that Seattle should cheer him on, for everything that he's done.
We'll get to those local stories just moments from now. First, we're following breaking news overseas. Queen Elizabeth is under medical supervision because royal doctors are concerned for her health. The 96-year-old canceled a meeting yesterday and was told to rest after meeting with new Prime Minister Liz Truss on Tuesday. Truss issued a statement saying all of the UK is deeply concerned for the Queen's health. And we just learned Prince Charles and Prince William are on their way to Scotland to be with the Queen. That's where she is now resting. She has been transferring more duties to her son and grandson in recent months. So we'll be following that throughout the morning here.
Longest serving monarch in world history.
Yeah.
The big story here locally is it's another day of record-breaking heat. We do have some good news that a cool down is just around the corner. Thanks for joining us this morning. I'm Brian Sanders.
And I'm Nicole Brady. Let's get over to Lisa Hidalgo. It is a Denver 7 weather action day, but we're getting close to that cool down, Lisa.
Just remember that this afternoon, right? When you're like, oh, this is just too much. We have another heat advisory in effect. It goes in effect at 10 o'clock this morning until 8 tonight, covers all of northeastern Colorado. So again, like yesterday, try to limit your time outdoors, drink plenty of water, plenty of fluids, and make sure you've got some light colored clothing on. That'll help. We also have, unfortunately, red flag warnings. So high fire danger across northeastern Colorado and an air quality warning. Wildfire smoke coming in from the west and ground level ozone. So hot, dry and hazy today. You're going to find highs near 100. We're likely going to be breaking another record high. Current record high today is 94. We're calling for 98. And you can see on our dog walking forecast, we'll be there at around 4 o'clock. Cooling into the mid to upper 80s by 8. So it really is pretty pleasant just after sunset. And it's going to be really pleasant tomorrow. I'll show you that in just a few minutes.
And right now we do have still some trouble spots. We have a new crash coming into the north involving a motorcyclist near 112th and Highway 85. I'm getting very little information about that one just yet. Southbound side of I-225 had a little grass fire right by DTC. It's out, maybe by some sparks coming off a trailer or something like that. But take a look at the camera back here at Parker Road where it's rock solid in here, barely moving. Now the front end is starting to ease up, but it's going to take some time before all of this traffic eases up. And you can see on the drive time, pretty extensive. There's also a new crash being reported on Iliff at I-225. That northbound side's been busy. Take a look at the southbound side of I-25 from Air Tracker 7. You can see that we still have quite a bit of slowdown. We have all lanes open, it looks like now, going under Alameda, going to Santa Fe. So that's going to help us out across downtown. But the drive time's pretty ridiculous. Already a half an hour from I-70.
Well, right now the search is on for a suspect or suspects after two teen boys were shot near Denver's East High School yesterday. And it was a scary situation for parents, too, because the shooting prompted a lockdown at the school. Workers nearby ran to help. Denver 7's Veronica Acosta joins us live from where this happened outside the Carla Madison Rec Center. And Veronica, witnesses say it started with a group in a fight.
That's exactly what they said. And some East High students, they might be really impacted this morning by what exactly happened here outside of the rec center. It is exactly why the school is going to have counselors on campus today to really help anybody out there who might need it. I mean, take a look at how close these two buildings are. You have the rec center right here just behind me. And then if we swing over, you can see East High is just over here. We looked it up this morning. It's only about 800 feet away from the rec center. Listen to what this witness had to say.
Maybe 5 minutes after the fight broke out and was, finished, like 5 or 6 shots came, boom, 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 like that. And we saw a boy fall to his knees. The whole staff, including our clients and everything, ran out there to assist the juvenile. I actually was the one holding, I took his shirt off and hold pressure on his face until the ambulance got there. So we were attending to him. There was no exit wound. It was just right in the cheek right here. Got shot in the face.
So you saw it?
Yeah, I saw it up close in person.
Shelly Martinez is who you just heard from. She actually works at a barber shop that's just across the street from the rec center. She says she saw a big group of teens gather in front of the center, and then she saw that fight start. And you can see from this video just how large that police presence was after those shots rang out, all of that police tape and all of those cars there as well. Denver police haven't been able to make an arrest just yet, but they are urging anyone out there who might have any kind of information to get in contact with them. You can call Crime Stoppers if you know anything. We're live in Denver this morning. I'm Veronica Acosta, Denver 7.
Oh, so scary. Thank you, Veronica. Because of the heat, dozens of Denver public schools will be closed or letting out early again today because they don't have air conditioning. One of those schools is Bradley International. We heard from parents frustrated by the early releases.
So many families don't have options. There are so many people who don't have PTO. They don't have paid time off. So what are these kids and their families doing? Is anyone home? Are they safe?
Yeah, schools in the Poudre and Thompson districts are also closing 2 hours early today.
Well, despite the heat, many school sports teams do have practice or games outside today. Junior varsity football games will play tonight, even with the heat advisory. So to help them evaluate safety measures, some schools and coaches use the new heat index and others use the wet bulb globe temperature, which takes into account temperature, but also things like humidity and cloud cover. For example, yesterday at 2 p.m. when the heat index was 95 to 99 degrees in the metro, the wet bulb globe temperature was only 83 to 85, and mainly because of the humidity and there were some clouds overhead. At that temperature, though, coaches are told to provide rest breaks of at least 4 minutes. Reducing practice times or removing the pads doesn't happen until that wet globe temperature gets to 87 degrees. And we were below that threshold.
Just below, yeah.
Yeah, so we wanted to know more about the safety of playing sports or working outside on days like today.
So, Lisa, we all think of us being here in a dry climate that helps us out a lot, but it can still be dangerous.
It can,
yeah, obviously.
but it does help. You know, my girls, they always say, Mom, why am I so cold when I get out of a warm shower and it's nice outside? I said, well, because the water's evaporating off your skin, and that's a cooling process. So when we sweat and it evaporates, it helps to cool us off. When you're in a humid climate, it doesn't work as well.
It kind of hangs around.
Yeah, it kind of hangs around. Unfortunately, it is a huge issue. It's the most deadly weather event in the U.S. In fact, 100 people die from it every year. And again, even with evaporation, there's a lot that's going on. You know, you think, I can go out for a little bit. I could go have fun, but it causes a lot of stress on the body.
What we've been missing is the fact that a lot of people are made ill and sent to the hospital just because of overexertion on these hot days, even in dry places like Denver. That even though you're sweating and your body's trying to cool itself off, you can overexert yourself when the temperature is 100 or 105 degrees like we're having in Colorado this week. And that can still make you sick.
Again, why it's so important to keep drinking, keep getting a lot of fluids in your body. Here's a look at the heat exhaustion versus heat stroke signs. With heat exhaustion, dizziness, thirst, heavy sweating, you could also get sick to your stomach. When you start to deal with more confusion and obviously becoming unconscious, that's when you want to call 911 and obviously act fast if you've got those around you that may be having these symptoms. Here's the good news. These are the highs for tomorrow, you guys. How much nicer does that look? And don't you love how the contours have gone from red to yellow? It's going to be a lot cooler with 70s tomorrow. We'll take a closer look at how much cooler it gets on Saturday coming up.
Don't forget to watch out for your dog in the heat too, because when the temperature is above 90 degrees, they can feel it, especially on the pavement, which can be as hot as 150 degrees, and that's enough to burn their paws. Flat-faced breeds too, like pugs or bulldogs, have a lower heat tolerance, so keep an eye out for signs of heat stroke. Things like rapid breathing, thick or sticky saliva, weakness or dizziness, and even vomiting and diarrhea.
Well, with everyone cranking up the AC, it's putting pressure on our power grid. Xcel Energy had to lock tens of thousands of Colorado customers out of their smart thermostats to ease the strain on the grid. Those customers opted into the money-saving program with the company. But we wanted to know, is it better to leave your AC on through the day so that not everyone is turning it on at the same time when they all come home in the evening? A PhD student at CU Boulder's School of Engineering told us that the answer is turn it off during the day, okay? Because even if a lot of people are turning theirs on at about 5 p.m. every day, overall it is still saving energy. And money, too. Well, it's not just Colorado. Millions of people across the West are bracing for another day of blistering heat. This is video from those fires in California. You can see the burned cars there in the Tahoe National Forest in Northern California.
Yeah, devastating images there. The fire threatening more than 1,000 buildings just hours after the state narrowly avoided a power crisis, too. ABC's Rhiannon Alley has the latest.
This morning, people in California have avoided planned rolling blackouts so far.
My sincere thanks to electricity consumers who responded to our Flex Alert by flexing their demand.
The power grid operator warning of outages due to the record demand during this historic heat wave. Officials now blame a miscommunication with utility operators for causing some unnecessary blackouts Tuesday.
Everyone has to do their part.
Meanwhile, Governor Gavin Newsom is facing criticism after releasing a video urging residents to conserve energy while wearing a fleece in what appeared to be a well-air-conditioned room.
And the risk for outages is real and it's immediate.
The governor's office says the video was recorded before peak demand time.
110 in Stockton, 107 Modesto.
The heat wave comes amid a year of weather extremes in the state. Take Sacramento, for example. It just experienced its hottest temperature ever, 116 degrees. It had its wettest day ever last October, and also within the last 12 months, its longest dry spell. The conditions in Southern California are fueling a massive wildfire in Riverside County, doubling in size in just 24 hours, killing 2 people.
All I can do is keep an eye on it, and hopefully I can stay put, and if I have to leave, I have to leave.
Elsewhere, Salt Lake City tied its all-time record yesterday, hitting 107 degrees. Boise, Idaho set a new all-time high for the month at 104. And in Arizona, heat-related deaths are up 37% in the Phoenix area compared to last year. Rhiannon Alley, ABC News, New York.
You can follow the local forecast anytime on our website, denver7.com, or by downloading the free Denver 7 Plus app on your streaming device.
A lot of us want to know when Casa Bonita will finally reopen, but the renovations happening inside no longer have to be kept secret.